Broadcasting live from the studio with our news anchors, Kabilitaan, Ethan Alistair Abellion, Nathan Hipona, and field reporter Kendrick Ronquillo standing by. This is NDDUI Bedlagaw News Central, mabuhay! Sa ulo ng nagbabagang balita, tunay na dahilan ng intensified war ng Russia at Ukraine. Matinding epekto sa gasolina ramdam sa buong mundo. Marcos Duterte Alliance kumpirmadong nangunguna sa Philippine election poll at tunghayan dinagyang festival tampok. Nakakatuwang makukulay na palamuti at magagarang costume, tunay namang agaw pansin. While there had been tensions between Russia and Ukraine, a former Soviet republic, for a long time, the situation began getting out of control in early 2021. In January last year, Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky urged US President Joe Biden to let Ukraine join NATO. This angered Russia, which started sending troops near its Ukraine border for, quote, training exercises in spring last year and increased it during autumn. By December, the US began hyping up the deployment of Russian troops, and President Biden warned of severe sanctions if Russia invaded Ukraine. Russia has demanded that the West gives a legally binding guarantee that NATO will not hold any military activity in Eastern Europe and Ukraine. Vladimir Putin claims Ukraine is a puppet of the West and was never a puppet state anyway. This is not the first time tensions between Russia and Ukraine has reached a boiling point. Russia has invaded Ukraine in 2014 when rebels backed by President Putin had seized large swaths of eastern Ukraine and have fought Ukraine army since then. At that time, Russia had annexed Crimea. As a former Soviet republic, Ukraine has deep social and cultural ties with Russia, and Russia is widely spoken there, but ever since Russia invaded 2014, those relations have frayed. Russia attacked Ukraine when its pro-Russian president was deposed in early 2014. The war in the east has since claimed more than 14,000 lives. Russia and Ukraine have signed the Minsk Peace Accord to halt the armed conflict in East Ukraine, including the Donbas region. But as the conflict has continued, Russia says it is sending, quote, peacekeepers to the region, where the conflict is brewing. The West calls it smokescreen by Moscow to occupy sovereign territory. The new tensions between Russia and Ukraine, which also borders the European Union, has repercussions for the EU, and that's why the EU, most of who are NATO signatories, have joined the US in announcing sanctions against Russian entities. Just a week ago, French President Emmanuel Macron flew to Moscow to talk to President Putin to reduce tensions. India has called for a diplomatic way out of current crisis between Russia and Ukraine.
Marcos Duterte Alliance confirms leads in Philippine election poll. Presidential children in pole position for two top posts ahead in May 9 voting. Former Senator Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr., son of namesake of late Philippine dictator Ferdinand Marcos, strengthened his lead over his closest rival ahead of the presidential election in May, result of a new poll released on Sunday show. Ferdinand Marcos Jr. gathered a 44-point lead over Philippines Vice President Leni Robredo on January 19 to 24 survey by independent pollster Polls Asia, an 11-point increase compared with the previous poll in early December. A total of 2,400 respondents were asked to pick their first choice for president and vice president if the election were held during the survey period, with 60% expressing preference for Marcos while 16% choose Robredo. In the December poll with the same sample size, Marcos was on top with 53% compared to Robredo's 20%. Boxing superstar Manny Pacquiao and Manila City Mayor Francisco Dumagoso trailed, each getting 8%, while Senator Panfilo Lacson took 4%. In the Philippines, the president and vice president are elected separately. Marcos, running with Sara Duterte Carpio, the daughter of incumbent President Rodrigo Duterte, remained the top choice for vice president, taking a 21-point lead over her closest rival, Senate President Vincent Soto. The latest Polls Asia survey was conducted before the Philippines Commission on Elections last week dismissed a series of complaints seeking to disqualify Marcos, removing a major hurdle to him in the May 9 contest. The complaints petitioner have vowed to challenge the decision and can appeal to the Supreme Court. The election body also rejected a complaint seeking the cancellation of Marcos' certificate of candidacy. as frontrunner Marcos appears posed to complete a remarkable rebranding of the family name 36 years after a people power uprising ended his father's autocratic rule.
Abangan, pandaigdig ang pagtaas ng presyo ng krudo at bilihin, inaasahan at sikat na international modelo Nicole Tomenlaco inirampa ang festival headdress sa pagbabalik.
Ouch! Is it an earthquake? What do I do? Mommy told me to stay calm during earthquakes. I have to hide with my emergency backpack. Could you help me find my backpack? Huh? Thank you. Now, where should I hide? Hiding in the bathroom is relatively safe. Anywhere else I can hide? The terrace isn't strong enough. Don't stay there. Anywhere else I can hide? Hide under the table to avoid falling objects. Anywhere else I can hide? Staying by the window is dangerous. The glass will cut you. Anywhere else I can hide? Hide under the bed and hold on to the legs. You found them all! If you are at home when an earthquake strikes, under the table and bed and in the bathroom are ideal hiding places. Let's hide!
Good morning, Dok.
Good morning. Ano may pagilin ko doon sa inyo?
Dok, may tagal na kasi akong may nararamdaman parang hindi ko na yata kaya.
Naku sir, baka seryoso na yan.
Yes, Dok, parang hindi ako makahinga tapos wala na ako ganang kumain at di pa ako nakakatulog. Nako, seryoso talaga itong nararamdaman ko para sa kanya.
Tahimina, sakit sa puso, high blood pressure, diabetes, cancer, o kahit ano pang masamang nararamdaman. Subukan ang pinakamabisag organic sa merkado ngayon. Hango sa piling sangkap, luha ng buhaya, nilagang yelo, pinulbos na kuko ng buhaya at kaliskis ng dragon. Subukan at mamangha sa epekto ng 123 BTS Mega Capsule.
Taas presyo sa petrolyo sumalubong sa unang araw ng Marso 2022. Ayon sa mga kumpanya ng langis, ipatutupad nila ang mga sumusunod na price adjustments ngayong Martes, unang araw ng Marso. Sa datos ng Department of Energy, sumampa na sa pinakamataas na level ang presyo ng petrolyo sa Metro Manila. 60 pesos ang average ng presyo sa gasolina, 55 pesos sa diesel at 59 pesos sa kerosene. Ang pagtaas ng presyo ng petrolyo sa bansa ay epekto ng pagmahal nito sa pandaigdigang merkado. Pero inaasahang tataas pa ito bunsod ng gulo sa pagitan ng Russia at Ukraine. Presyo ng harina at bigas posibleng tumaas dahil sa naturang Ukraine crisis. Sa datos ng Department of Energy, sumampa na sa pinakamataas na level ang presyo ng petrolyo sa Metro Manila. 66 pesos ang average na presyo sa gasolina, 55 pesos sa diesel at 59 pesos sa kerosene. Pero may ilang gasolinahang halos na sa 80 pesos na ang gasolina at 62 pesos naman sa diesel. Wala namang magawa ang DOE sa oil price hike. Aniya ni Director Rino Abad ng DOE, ang atin, itinuloy lang natin ang ating mungkahi request sa oil private sector na ituloy ang mga fuel discount promo at itinuloy naman nila. Inihilig naman ng bayan muna ang pagkakaroon ng special session sa Kongreso para suspendihin na ang excise tax. Isinasapinal na ng Development Budget Coordination Committee at Department of Finance ng rekomendasyon kay Pangulong Duterte kaugnay sa issue. Bukod sa petrolyo, nakatakda ring tumaas ang presyo ng liquefied petroleum gas sa Martes na tinayang nasa 7 pesos hanggang 8 pesos kada kilo. Nauna nang inihayag ng gobyerno na mamimigay ito ng ayudang fuel card sa mga tsuper ng mga pampublikong sasakyan at TNV. Katuwatuang kwento naman sa ulat ni Katu Joins Kendrick Longkilio. Pasok!
Yes, Katu Joins, dinagyang isa hiligay non word extrapolated from Dabyang meaning Mary Make It.
It is the feast of the infant Jesus and the pact between the Daratus and the locals. Dinagyang Festival is a famous and religious and cultural festival in Iloilo, held on the fourth Sunday of January or right after the Sinulog in Cebu. The Atiatian Festival in Talibo, Aklan. Dinagyang was also voted as the best tourism event 3 times in a row. Among any other festivals in the Philippines, it is also the most awarded festival in the country because of its legacy, popularity, and innovation. Dinagyang received honors and regarded as a world-class festival, dubbed as the queen of all festivals in the Philippines. Dinagyang Festival has brought a lot of innovations throughout the years. These innovations have influenced the way other festivals in the country are. Among these are the following. Carousel performance. Dinagyang initiated the simultaneous performance of the competing tribes in different gathering areas. Mobile races. Mobile races is a prominent feature of Dinagyang choreography today. It was introduced by Tribu Bola Bola in 1994. The risers has added depth and has improved the choreography of the dance movements. Dinagyang pipes, the first used by Tribu Ilocano in 2005. The Dinagyang pipes are made of PVC pipes and hammered by rubber paddles. Each pipe produces a distinct sound depending on the length and diameter of each pipe. Bagoy, the first festival mascot in the Philippines. The essence of Dinagyang Festival as a cultural festival is the portrayal and depiction of the way of life of the Ilonggo Aborigines, which goes beyond the mere use of the bow, arrow, spear, and shield as the main symbolism of their culture. All dances are performed to the accompaniment of drums, and all the dancers' costumes are made of native materials like the Ati-Atian of Aklan. The dancers paint their skin black or in Filipino itim. One of the most anticipated highlights of the Dinagyang is the Iloilo Ati-Ati dance competition. That's it for today, Katu Joints.
At yun ang mga nakalap na balita. Kabalitaan News Team and DDUIB Legao News Central. Bumabati ng isang magandang buhay sa inyong lahat.